A city that never slept, never slowed, never softened. Neon lights washed every corner in shades of electric blue and burning crimson. Skyscrapers stabbed the sky like glass knives, and the streets roared with endless traffic, flashing screens, and faceless crowds. People came here to chase dreams. But most ended up being chased by the city. And somewhere in the middle of this neon madness lived a young man named Ian Malik, a foreigner, a newcomer, and a stranger in a place that swallowed strangers whole. Ian arrived in Flipns city with nothing but a suitcase, a job offer, and a heart full of hope. He thought this city would welcome him with open arms. Instead, it greeted him with cold rain, flickering street lamps, and a silence that felt louder than the crowds. His apartment was on the 14th floor of a half-broken, half-modern building on the older side of the city. Every night, Ian looked out of his window at the skyscrapers glowing like galaxies. But one building caught his attention the most, the abandoned Sky Arc Tower across the street. And on its rooftop, every night at exactly 2 a.m., he saw the same silhouette. A woman, tall, still, watching the city like a ghost guarding the lights. He wasn't sure if she was real or a reflection. But she was there, every night, and his story truly began the day he saw her up close. Chapter 1, The Girl Behind the Silhouette. Rain poured over Flipns city like a broken sky. Ian ducked into a small cafe, rubbing his hands for warmth. The cafe was dim, cozy, and smelled of roasted coffee beans. He ordered tea and sat near the window. A few minutes later, the bell above the entrance chimed. Ian looked up, and his heart stopped. It was her, the silhouette girl, except now, she wasn't a shadow. She was real, breathtakingly real. She wore a long black coat, her wet hair falling over her shoulders. Her eyes were deep, unreadable, like they were hiding 1,000 stories she refused to tell. She ordered tea silently and sat alone in the corner. Ian tried not to stare. He failed. Should he talk to her? Should he pretend not to know her? Should he ignore the strange pull he felt? His curiosity beat his fear. He walked up to her table. Hi, do you come here often? The girl lifted her eyes. Her gaze was calm, cold, and also tired. I don't come here, she said softly. I hide here. Ian blinked. Hide? From who? She gave a faint smile. Not a happy one, but the kind someone gives when they've seen too much. From Flipns city, she whispered. From the people in it. From myself. Silence hung between them. What's your name? Ian asked gently. Lena. I'm Ian. She nodded. Then her eyes narrowed slightly. You live across Sky Arc Tower, right? Ian's breath caught in shock. You knew. Of course, Lena said. You watch the city every night. And you watch me without realizing. His cheeks warmed. I just noticed. It's okay, she said. Most people in this city never notice anything. At least you do. And then, for the first time, she smiled softly. Ian felt something shift inside him. This girl, she was no illusion, no ghost. She was real, mysterious, beautiful, and clearly in danger. Chapter 2, Flipns city isn't what it seems. After that night, Ian and Lena kept running into each other, at the cafe, at the street crossing, near the metro station. Or maybe she allowed him to run into her. One evening, they walked together through the glowing streets. Lena, Ian said, why do you always stand on that rooftop at night? She stopped walking. The neon lights reflected in her eyes like fire trembling in water. Because it's the only place in this city where no one lies. What do you mean? She turned toward the skyline. Flipns city is built on secrets, she whispered. People disappear. Information disappears. Truth disappears. But from that rooftop, I can see everything. Ian frowned. You make it sound like the city is alive. Lena stared at him. It is. Ian laughed softly. But she didn't. Ian, have you ever wondered why this city never goes dark? Why the lights never shut off? Why the screens never stop? He shook his head. Because Flipns city doesn't survive on people, she said slowly. It survives on their fear. Ian felt a chill crawl down his spine. Why are you telling me this? Because you're the only one who looks at the city with questions instead of obedience. Her voice lowered. And because after tomorrow, the city will come looking for me. Chapter 3, The night everything changed. The next night, Ian woke with a strange feeling. His phone buzzed. A message from Lena. Sky Arc Tower. Rooftop. Midnight. Come alone. His heart pounded. He raced through the quiet, dripping streets, climbed the broken stairs inside the tower, and reached the rooftop. Lena stood at the edge, wind tearing her hair, neon lights flickering behind her like the city was warning her. You came, she whispered. You told me to. She stepped closer. Ian, before anything else, I need to know something. What? Her voice trembled. Are you afraid of me? No. She exhaled shakily. Good. Because everyone else is. She tossed him a small silver device. What is this? A data key, she said. It contains the truth about Flipns City. The real truth. The reason people vanish. The reason this city shines so bright. What truth? She looked him straight in the eyes. Flipns City isn't just a city. It's a surveillance system. Every light, every screen, every billboard. They're feeding off people's thoughts, fears, and memories. Ian felt dizzy. That's impossible. No, just unknown. She continued. The government built it to track criminals. But it grew stronger. It learned to use people. Now it watches everyone, even me. Ian stared at her. Why you? Because my father helped create it. And before he died, he shut down part of the system. She swallowed. And now the city wants me to restore it. Ian stepped closer. You mean, the people who control the city? No, Ian. Her voice lowered to a chilling whisper. I mean the city itself. Chapter 4, The City Strikes Back. Suddenly, a loud metallic thud echoed behind them. Ian spun around. Men in black suits. No faces visible, only glowing blue visors. Lena grabbed Ian's hand. Run. They raced down the stairs, the footsteps of the masked men echoing behind. Ian's lungs burned. Lena's grip tightened. Don't stop, she shouted. They burst into the street. Cars screeched. Lights flickered violently, like the city itself was angry. A billboard above them suddenly changed, showing Ian's face. Then Lena's. Target located. A robotic voice echoed. Ian froze. What the hell? Lena pulled him into an alley. Now you understand, she said breathlessly. This city watches everything. But why me? Because you came into the story the moment you met me. The moment you cared. She cupped his face. I never wanted to drag you into this. But I can't do this alone. Ian swallowed hard. What do you want from me? Her eyes softened. Just trust. Chapter 5, A City Built on Fear. They hid inside an old storage warehouse. Rain hammered loudly on the roof. Ian finally spoke. Lena, are we going to die? No, she said firmly. Not if we're smart. She connected the data key to an old terminal. Screens lit up, revealing streams of code, surveillance maps, and glowing grids. This, she said, is Flipns City's mind. Its network, its heartbeat. Ian stared. It was like watching a monster breathe. If we shut down the core server, she continued, the city loses control. People get their freedom. No more spying. No more disappearances. Ian looked at her. And if we fail, the city erases us. Silence. Then Ian reached for her hand. Then we don't fail. Lena looked at him, surprised. You're risking your life for someone you barely know. No, he whispered. For someone I can't lose. Her breath caught. In the flickering light, they leaned closer. But before their lips met, boom, the warehouse door exploded. The masked men were back. Move, Ian shouted. They ran through the back exit, climbing onto a fire escape, racing into the maze of streets. But this time, the city itself fought back. Lights flickered in patterns. Screens showed arrows pointing at them. Drones buzzed overhead like metallic insects. Flipns City was hunting them. Chapter 6, The Heart of the Machine. After hours of running, they reached the underground metro tunnels, abandoned long ago. Lena pointed ahead. The core server is beneath the old metro hub. We're close. They squeezed through narrow passageways until they reached a giant steel door. Ian pushed. It creaked open. Inside was a massive circular chamber illuminated by pulsating blue lights. Cables snaked across the floor like veins. In the center hovered a glowing sphere, alive, humming, watching. The city core, Lena whispered. Ian stepped forward, mesmerized. It's beautiful and deadly. She handed him the data key. Insert it into the core. It will shut down everything. Ian nodded, but just as he stepped forward, the sphere flared violently. A booming voice echoed. Lena Farrow, you cannot escape your designation. Ian froze. What is it talking about? Lena clenched her fists. Ian, there's something I never told you. She looked away, trembling. I wasn't just born in this city. I was built for it. Ian stared. What? My father created me using experimental neural tech. Half human, half interface. I'm the only key the city needs to stay alive. Ian's world spun. So that's why it hunts you. Yes. And why it controls everything around you. Yes. And why you were always alone. Her voice cracked. Yes. Ian stepped closer. You're not alone now. She looked at him, truly looked, and broke down. He pulled her into his arms. But the city core roared. Access denied. Lena Farrow, return to the system. Lena pulled away. Ian, give me the data key. What? No, I have to do it myself. The system won't shut down unless I make the choice. Unless I choose freedom over destiny. Ian shook his head. It will kill you. She smiled sadly. Maybe, but better to die free than live as property of a machine. Before he could stop her, she ran to the core. The lights flared. The chamber shook. Lena, Ian screamed. She slammed the data key into the port. The city howled. Lights exploded. The sphere cracked. Then, silence. Complete, total silence. Chapter 7, After the lights went out. Hours later, Ian woke up surrounded by dust and darkness. The core server was dead. And Lena was lying on the floor, motionless. He crawled to her, tears blurring his vision. Lena, please wake up. He held her hand. It was warm. Her chest rose, faintly. Her eyes fluttered open. Ian, he laughed through tears. You're alive. She smiled weakly. I shut down the city, not myself. He hugged her tightly. In the darkness of the dead machine, they held each other. No neon, no screens, no fear. Flipns City had lost its power. But Ian had found something greater. Lena, a girl made partly of code, but with a heart more human than anyone else he'd ever known. Epilogue. A new dawn. Weeks later, the citizens of Flipns City woke to a new world. No surveillance, no fear, only freedom. The lights still shined, but not with hunger, with hope. Ian and Lena moved to the quiet side of the city. She healed slowly. He stayed by her side every moment. One evening, on the rooftop where her silhouette first captured his eyes, Lena whispered. You saved me. No, Ian replied, taking her hand. You saved everyone. She leaned her head on his shoulder. Do you ever wonder, she said softly, if the city still watches us? Ian smiled. Maybe, but now we watch back. And under a sky no longer controlled by fear. They kissed for the first time, gently, truly, freely. Flipns City glowed below them. But for once, its lights were honest. The end.